Well, what a weird stock market we are in. If you told me yesterday when the stock market opened, my portfolio would be in the green when we closed, I would not have believed you. But it happened. A really weird day, a massive reversal day in the US stock market side. UK side, a little bit different now. We are seeing the kind of dip, the fall off with stocks creep into the UK market. So we're going to do a little bit of an update just on the US side, and then I'm also going to talk about the UK market as well in the video towards the end as well. So hope you enjoyed it, but just a little update on what's going on out there. Now, just to let you know that as I do record this video, it is looking quite ugly again in the pre-market. So this is the current pre-market. You can see the Dow is down, S&P is down, Nasdaq looks like it's going to get absolutely tanked again today. So we'll see what happens when it opens up there. We'll see if it's a bit like yesterday where we have a massive reversal and the buyers do come in, or we'll see if this is an actual, we're going lower, we're falling off a cliff. Because yesterday, really weird, we fell off a huge amount, and then within the last few hours we saw a massive rebound. Something like the Nasdaq was down like 5% at one point, and then a massive rebound went on here. And the S&P 500 as well, the S&P 500 was down like 4%ish, and that had a massive rebound here. And what we had is the Nasdaq basically starting to hit crash. We were entering a bear market with the Nasdaq. It was down 17-18% at the peak, and the S&P 500 was officially entering a correction as well until it recovered. And you had the S&P down, the SP was down about 12% at the high point. So yeah, a massive reversal coming in here. But what we're starting to see now is it is also creeping into the UK scene. So the FTSE is also hitting a correction right now, and the FTSE 250 was down 10%. Now, I think the reason why the FTSE was down yesterday, when we had a lot of the US stocks actually starting to recover a bit yesterday, is because I think this is the FTSE kind of being a little bit delayed and reacting off the US. The US had a rough Friday, and when that really did sell off happen, the FTSE was closed. So I think why we opened so negative in the FTSE is because of the close on the Friday. And now that today we're not having too bad of a day, and once again I think that's reflecting off that yesterday a lot of the UK stocks are on pause while they're looking, going, what happens on the US side of it will just be flat today. So I think that's kind of what's going on there. I think the FTSE is slowly reflecting what is going on with the US stocks at the moment. But what is clear now is that something that originally was only something that was small caps, growth stocks, has now extended very far into the market and also creeping into the UK stock side of it. And a company like Boohoo, Boohoo is now down an absolute huge amount. And this is absolutely crazy to me to see Boohoo fall off 71%. It's down at a 21p ratio. And the thing is, this company has been hurt a little bit by logistics, and that will cause problems on the financials in the short term. But the company itself is still a fantastic company in the long term, with massive amounts of growth. And you look at the price it's selling at, and it's absolutely crazy to see this sell-off now go this far into the UK stocks. ASOS had a quite a bit of a bump only a few days ago, and now once again we're seeing ASOS sell off once again down to a 16p ratio. Catebox, now I guess this is a little bit different because they actually had someone come out and say that they believe some of the financials are incorrect, so that's probably why there was the big sell off in Catebox. But once again, we did have a couple of buyers do start to come into this one, but this has had a massive dip as well compared to where it closed on Friday, which was £3.28, now down at £2.90. But this has been on a good run recently, but this is now having a bit of a fall off. Flutter has had a massive sell off. A lot of the gambling stocks are out of favour, as you know at the moment. The likes of Gang and DraftKings, those two stocks are massively out of favour, and it's exactly the same for the Flutter at the moment. That's been massively out of favour. A little bit of a difference between Flutter is that it did start to have a bit of a run up through December, whereas the likes of Gang and DraftKings went a lot lower. But even recently, that one has started to have a bit of a sell off going on. And the Hook Group, it's a bit of a weird one, the Hook Group, because you do look at the Hook Group and you go, they have a lot of problems here. These are a lot of rocky things here going on with the business. And it's not actually to do with the financials of the company, because the financials of the company have actually been pretty decent. It's a lot to do with the management decisions in here. But you can't deny at some point, the Hook Group, everything in the stock market eventually has a price where you go, that's probably undervalued. And even when you consider the problems that these guys have, you do start to look at something like this and you go, this is starting to come up at pretty decent valuations now. You know, this was even when it started falling off a cliff, you know, towards November time, and it's £1.86. I was like, it's not too bad this now. And then you even considered since then, it's now down another 32% since that time. And you're looking at that one at £1.25 and you're thinking, this isn't too bad. And you know, there's a lot of things that you're looking at now considering buying. Games Workshop, this is another popular one. This has growth, it has a decent valuation, it has a dividend. You know, great company. Once again, you know, this has been one that's been following the US stock market, been having a bit of a downtrend, you know, down 20%. And what's happened in the last kind of couple of days, even this one's fallen off an extra 19% in 2 weeks. I guess there was a bit of a trading update in that time as well. But once again, you got a 19% down. And, you know, something like a Games Workshop now, you've got that one down, you know, 33% at the moment. And the last one that I'm going to add on to this list, which is S4 Capital. This company has made so much progress over the last kind of couple of years. The growth has been absolutely fantastic. The acquisitions they've made is absolutely fantastic. I don't know if there's a little bit of fear out there because of this recession, and that what I've seen with Google is that that their pay rates are going down at the moment, and maybe people are advertising a little bit less more, and people are a little bit worried that might hit the likes of Facebook, Google, S4 Capital as an advertising company. But nevertheless, that's all speculation. If we actually go off the cold hard facts here, that S4 Capital, the reversal on this one has been absolutely crazy. You know, at one point I was up 70% on this one, and now I'm like flat on this. You know, it's had a complete reversal, and within 3 months it's joined in with the US growth sell-off, and it's lost 40% in 3 months, which is absolutely crazy. And once again, you know, you go back to what sort of prices this was last at when it was at these last prices. You know, March 2021. You know, this has had nearly a year of share price just completely wiped off. But you look at this one, and you know, this company from, you know, the last year has done really impressive financials, and just like that, it's absolutely, you know, reversed off a cliff at the moment. So yeah, just in general, there's a lot of negativity out there, and it's not just, we've gone past the point now of just blaming growth stocks and small market caps. It's in all of the US stock market now. It's even creeps into the UK stock market, and I think the UK is kind of following the US's lead on this one. But yeah, it's a weird market out there, so it'll be very interesting to see what happens today. If we do drop lower, it will just prove that it was a dead cat bounce yesterday in the US stock market. If we do see another reversal and we end up green once again, that will be quite a positive sign. We'll see what happens. But yeah, there's a lot of opportunities out there, a lot of opportunities to buy. You know, I actually got asked a question on the Discord yesterday, which was, am I going to buy Cake Box? Because, you know, it's one that I've been wanting to add for a while, and now it's on a dip. You know, it would be a good opportunity to buy. And I was like, you know, I would really, really like to, but the problem is that I'm running out of money. You know, I've been buying so much at the moment. You know, I've got hardly any money left, so you just got to be quite selective on what you're buying at the moment. So yeah, overall, I just wanted to make this video kind of doing a bit of a summary of what's kind of gone on in the last few days. And yeah, there's obviously some really good buying opportunities out there. Obviously, very interesting action that's going on in the US stock market, and we'll see how that carries on going forward today. And yeah, thought I'd just share that all with you guys. So hopefully that video was a little bit useful. And in general, I think there's some really good buying opportunities out there right now. I've got to say, with the US big tech, I do think they still have quite high valuations, but I think what was quite important yesterday was to see a lot of them small market caps. They had quite a decent rebound, and I've got to say there's a few stocks that are so sold off right now that I'm looking at generally quite a few of them and going, can this literally go any lower? Like, obviously it can, but when you take into consideration like the valuations they're at and how much they have sold off now, a lot of these stocks that have been absolutely killed off, you know, the likes of Boohoo, for example, maybe ASOS, maybe your S4 Capital, and then you move into the US stock market, you know, the likes of DraftKings and Gang and all them sort of stocks. You do look at them valuations right now, and a lot of them are the lowest valuations they've ever been at. And you start looking at them and go, can they realistically sell off a bit lower? You know, I think that we are getting to the prices now where people are going to be very tempted to buy the dip on them sort of companies. Don't get me wrong, that's me just speculating, that's all short term, and I could be easily wrong on that, but I do think that's what my big consideration is with quite a few at the moment anyway. Slightly different with the big tech, but particularly in the small caps and a lot of growth stocks, that's my thoughts on them anyway. So yeah, hope you enjoyed the video anyway, guys, and I will see you in a bit.